Assalamu alaikum and welcome, dear students of class 9th. This is your first video lecture of English on the topic No Men Are Foreign. It is a poem and it is on page number 56 of your English course book, written by James Critchup. Now let us move towards the poem. So if you first see towards your books, you will see there James Kirkup, born on April 23, 1918, is a prolific English poet, translator, and travel writer. So there is some information given about him on this page. You can go through it by yourselves. And also in the box there is also written the main crux of this poem, that is universal brotherhood is the need of the hour. Now let us move towards the explanation of the poem. And if we see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stanzas in this poem. You can look towards your books. There is the first stanza. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like his, in which we all shall lie. So, if we go towards the explanation of this first stanza of the poem, it's like this. If we see in the first line, the poet says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. So, he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Then he says that inside the uniforms worn by our soldiers of different countries, the human being is same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in the same way. Then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same mother earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. So we all are same. We all are human beings. Our structure is same. We have one nose, two eyes, one mouth, two ears, two hands, two arms, two legs, and our body structure is same. It is seen that we differ from each other. If we see, we differ from each other in our looks, but the structure of our body is same. So we all are human beings. This was the first stanza of the poem. Now look towards the second. They too, aware of the sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by wars long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor no different from our own. Here is they written first. They refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all the bounties, all the treasures to all people, also just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal measure, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and winter time is same for those belongings to other countries. Even they do not get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. He's given all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to another country. Moving towards the stanza number 3, this is remember they have eyes like ours, they wake or sleep and strength that can be won by love in every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. So very simple stanza, you can yourself go towards the explanation by if you will look and think about it. In this stanza, if we see, the poet asks the reader to remember something. We had to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that people of another country whom we think to be our enemies have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength which can win through love. Then He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, and that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. After this is next stanza, that is, let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, and condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss. And that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember this thing. Or we should remember that we make the earth dirty because weapons kill the people. And with this, I will tell you the explanation of the last stanza also. So, whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and make it impure. The fire of the war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and alters the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first lines in reverse and saying that remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. So, this was the explanation of this poem written by James Kirkup. So it is actually the poem in which the central idea is wholly and solely that we universal brotherhood is important need of the hour. So we all live on the same earth. We breathe the same air, we get everything. We feel, weep, sleep, eat, breathe in the same way. So we all are same. If we look at the central idea, that is, one should keep in the mind that no man, no human beings are distant, unfamiliar, or far off. We all are the same under different bodies. In the time of war or peace, even our international foes undergo the same trial. They too, like us, enjoy the bright sunshine day, breathe the same air from the atmosphere, and drink the same water available on the earth to survive. So we should consider every human being as we are, and we should promote universal brotherhood. Also, we should restrain ourselves from the wars. So you will yourself do the reading of the poem again and go through the glossary. Thank you. This was all.